Digital marketing for HVAC and home service businesses.
Strategies and stories from industry experts to help you succeed.
We got action. Welcome to the OutWork'em podcast. Today we got Steve DiFabio on the show, owner of Dirty Turf. I'm stoked to have a chat with Steve because not every day my podcast guest in the service business has a wealth of knowledge about websites and marketing. And we met in a marketing group, social media marketing group, and it's been awesome to check out his content and just see how he really has awesome branding and how he distinguishes himself amongst all the other people trying to enter the industry he's been in for quite some time. So Steve, love to hear how you got involved and what you're doing and a little bit about your story.
Yeah, so I've been in the marketing, SEO, web design a long time ago when I was 18, 19, 20, probably mid-20s. And then I started, getting in the cleaning business, cleaning carpet, tile, grout, things like that. So I had a buddy of mine, Synthetic Grass Masters. He owns it. They're probably one of the best turf installers in town in Arizona here. So I was just like, hey, how come nobody cleans this stuff? And it wasn't really a need. And I had a carpet cleaning buddy across the street. I talked to him about it, and he's like, well, shit, I clean my turf all the time. So I figured, I saw how he was doing it, and the minute I saw it, I was like, all right, I already know how to do this, because we had like cleaning equipment and all that stuff. So that's pretty much how we got in. And then, I built a website, dirtyturf.com, and I just started doing some Google Ads SEO, and I just started getting calls. They were just very, very slow at first. And then all of a sudden it was turned from one job a day to 2 jobs a day to 3, and then like 5 jobs every other day. And then we got on Fox 10. We bugged the hell out of them to get on the news. And then literally during that interview, I had like 52 calls within like 2.5, like probably 2 hours, 52 calls.
How long ago was that?
And then, oh my gosh, it was 4 years ago, 4 years ago.
Nice.
I think something like that. There's a YouTube video on it. It's awesome. It's on my website too.
Cool.
But yeah, and then we just blew up. And now I got 3, sometimes 4 trucks, depending on overflow. And I'm about ready to get a van and another beast of a machine that's just like no other. And that's it.
And right now, where can people use your services at? Where they got to be located?
Anywhere. I mean, we do it here in all Arizona pretty much. Scottsdale, Tempe, Phoenix, Surprise, El Mirage, Santan Valley, Goodyear, Avondale, Tolleson, Mesa. I mean, everywhere. Paradise Valley. And we also do it in Las Vegas, Summerlin, and Henderson in Nevada. We do a lot of hotels and stuff like that up there.
That's cool. And you got started in Phoenix first and then expanded to Las Vegas?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got a call from Vegas saying, hey, hotel here, 13,000 square feet. We want to get rid of these guys that we're using. So we called you guys, and I expanded out there. We were doing that job, and I was like, then I did a little more research, and there's some companies doing it out there. So I found my guy, Mark, awesome dude. He owns Xander's Carpet Cleaning. Mm-hmm. I taught him how to do it. We went up there. We did like 8 jobs that day. I booked him, and then I just showed him how to do it. And now, like, I give him jobs all the time, and he's my Vegas tech.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But I get leads. I get calls from all over the country. There's nobody here. How do I do this? From Colorado, from even California. There are companies out there, but I get calls from California. I get calls from New Jersey. Florida, I mean, everywhere.
So a lot of people just don't know how to clean their turf. It's not a thing.
No.
I looked at one of your posts the other day, and there was this machine you said you hated. Sounds like there's some DIY POS equipment out there that people try to use.
So yeah, I did that as a gag, as a joke. I mean, I do kind of use it sometimes. It's in one of my real marketing videos, and then I have my joking one. But I think it's it doesn't even look professional. It looks like a Tonka toy. It's a piece of plastic. The thing has a fail-safe switch, so when it overheats, you got to stop using it. It's electric, and I don't like electric equipment because it slows me down. I'm a gas guy, but and it has two uses for heavy amounts of dog hair and these little pain in the ass mesquite like leaves that are hard to get out. So that's the only time we really use it. Half the time we don't even touch the thing. It's just, it slows it down. I have one guy that runs my trucks, John and David. I ask them, do you want to take the machine? They're like, nope, they won't. They refuse. They hate that thing.
They don't even want it. So I got
and a lot of guys use it and they think it's a professional machine. It's like, dude, this is not how you clean turf.
I gotta ask. So we met in the social media marketing group. But you had already been you'd already been really active in your social media, your website presence, all that. So with your background being, with websites, marketing, SEO, how do you feel that's kind of shaped your approach to how you decided to grow your business versus some other people who kind of just decide they want to do a service for people at their house?
I mean, I was one of the first in town to clean turf. I knew that it was going to grow, especially after we got on TV. And we were on TV actually a couple times and the radio. But I'm that guy that's no one's going to stop me. I'm always going to be the biggest in the valley, number one in the valley. No one's going to touch me. Mm-hmm. And I don't stop. Like, I'm always trying to figure out the website. I mean, it took me a while to figure out social media, and that I had a hard time with. I'm more of an old school marketing website Google guy. But once I figured out social media, like, I'm trying to hammer that out and be the best. I mean, there's only one other guy that's got more followers. I mean, he's in California, and I am catching up to him very, very quickly. I truly believe that Dirty Turf has the best system in the country as far as cleaning artificial grass goes. We do give I just upped my warranty to 50 days because I upped my product. So I got a much better product now. I'm always working with my chemist. So I'm like, there's no one going to touch me, and I'm not going to allow it to happen.
Yeah, so I saw that. You got the pre-spray. A lot of people aren't pre-spraying.
No, they don't. Because when you go on, what happens is you go on YouTube, you go on Instagram, and people are cleaning turf, and you see how they do it. It's like spray, power broom, add sand. I don't care if you show that to any carpet cleaner, any professional cleaner, they're going to laugh at that. They're going to be like, where's the pre-sprays? Where's the extraction? Where's this? Where's that? We do all that. I've always done all that for the most part. And not for like my basic clean. Somebody just, hey, I just want to clean up my turf, fluff it up. I have no dogs, then I don't have to do any of that stuff. But when it comes to getting dog pee out, I mean, this is cleaning 101. Yeah. Right? You got to pre-spray. You got to agitate. You have to scrub everything out and suck it all out. So with turf, it's different type of equipment. And they don't really have turf cleaning equipment. I've had to modify old types of equipment to work with artificial grass because of the materials and the sand and things like that. But I mean, I have very powerful vacuums. I have very powerful scrubbers. And so that's just how you do it.
So you mentioned, being more of an old school marketer. By the way, sorry, can you slide to the right a little bit? We got you a little off screen. I think slide. There you go. Boom. Awesome. Thank you. You mentioned being more of old school with your marketing, Google, SEO, Google Ads. Did you see a difference in like the type of customers you get from social media versus on Google? I hear a lot of people say that the Instagram and the Facebook leads aren't as warm, and the people they get off Google, it's a little bit more warm because they're searching for your exact service, possibly clicking on your ad.
Yes, and it all depends on how you have your forms and call to action set up. Right. I know my forms are kind of long, but the people that fill out the forms, I get them right away. Like today, I closed 10 deals.
Nice.
Right. My appointment setter, she set them all up for me all the times, calendar, whatever. I called every single one of them. And the only reason why, there was like 12 of them. And the only reason why I think I didn't get the other two is because they didn't answer the phone.
So tell us how that works. So let's just say my my mom or my father-in-law decides they want to get their turf cleaned. They searched on Google. They land on your website. They fill out the form. What should they expect? They're going to get a call from your setter, or how does it work after they inquire?
I mean, if I'm out in the field, yeah, I have somebody that handles all that.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just close deals for me too sometimes, but it's mainly, but it's most of the time it's me. You know, I'll send him a quick text. Hey, I'm out in the field right now. I'll call you at this time, whatever. And then I just give them a call and ask, you know, you got to figure out what their needs are and things like that, which I do. Ask them certain questions. And then I close the deal.
Nice. Awesome. And then you mentioned it was like 4 years ago that you got on the news, but you started Dirty Turf how long ago?
This is my sixth or seventh year.
Oh, wow.
Actually, maybe it was 5 years we're on the news. I don't know. It was a while ago, but it was my sixth or seventh year.
Awesome. Well, congrats. And then how long have y'all been operating in Vegas?
A year and a half now.
Okay. Well, if someone happens to listen to this and they're in another state and they want to become like your guy you have out in Vegas and be a tech in another area, is that still something that you're growing and bringing on new partners, or is that kind of like just one-off deal?
Mark is awesome. I'm not going to do him dirty like that. That guy's a workhorse. He's an animal. He works like my guys out here.
Yeah, no, not in Vegas, in another state. And like, let's just say there was someone in Florida.
Oh, if they're the right guy, yeah. Like I've been trying to find somebody in Colorado, but nobody wants to work up there.
Okay, got it.
Or they expect to keep 100% of the money and do one job a day. And so it's like you got to find the workhorses. If you don't find the workhorses, you're not going to find any. You're not going to make any money.
All right. So if you're a workhorse in Colorado, you want to get Dirty Turfs clean, hit up Steve. Other than that, if you just want to take all the money and not really work, go kick rock.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it just happened because I try to do something up there, but I've yet to found the right guy, and they're just I don't know. Colorado is a different kind of, I don't know. Nobody wants to work up there.
Well, next question is, you have a lot of reviews, and a lot of high quality reviews. So what's your philosophy, customer service? I hear people talk about their mission, their vision, all this stuff, core values. How do you approach this to get such great reviews?
My secrets, how I get my reviews, they're all legit. I promise you.
No. I feel like no matter what the system is, even if you had the best system, if you're not providing great customer service, you're not going to get the reviews. So this is more, this is gonna fall into the eyes and ears of some people eligible for your service. If someone's thinking about working with you, what can they expect customer service wise?
I mean, we do have good customer service. Like every single customer I have, I'll follow up with them that night.
Yeah, like you mentioned your warranty.
7 or 8 or. Oh yeah, everything. I mean, they know the warranties right when I'm on the call with them, right when we leave, and when I get on the phone with them again, or text them later on or whatever, just to check on the turf or things like that. But I'm big on customer service. If there's an issue, I'll call them right away.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have many issues, but
you have any promotions going on right now or anything?
What's that?
Do you have any promotions going on right now or anything like that?
I mean, with it, so basically, I do front yard cleans for free as long as it's not over 500 square feet, or the first 500 square feet is for free in the front yard. We clean. That's what we do.
That's nice.
But I mean, I do a lot of extra stuff for customers anyway. Like I clean if I see something I don't like, I'll clean their rocks. I'll spray their rocks if they have a whole bunch of leaves there, and we're going to clean it up anyway. I just tell the guys, hey, go leaf blow your backyard for them. We do a lot of extra stuff anyway.
So since you've started your business, how many people have tried to copycat what you're doing?
Everybody. I'm not even kidding. Everybody.
How many did you see pop up and fail?
Oh, there's been at least 6 or 7 that don't do it anymore.
So if I got my turf, if I got my turf
Go
cleaned
ahead.
by one of them, if I got my turf cleaned by one of those new guys, then they go out of business, my warranty's not worth anything. So I just want to say, if you're thinking about getting your turf cleaned, go with Steve. He's been in business 7 years. He'll be in business for a long time. You know he's going to be able to take care of you. So I just wanted to kind of give the listeners a little insight into what you and I talked about when I got to know you a bit, how you've been at this for a while, and a lot of people try and enter the market. And, one, they don't have the experience you have. Two, they don't have the team you have. They don't have the systems. They're not pre-spraying. So just trying to, shine the light on you a little bit as the best turf cleaning business in the Phoenix Metro and in Las Vegas.
Right. We are. I mean, I'm very confident to say that we are the best. And that's why I give such crazy warranties. People get 15 to 20 days. Some give a 30. Screw it. I'll give a 50 day. I don't care. Yeah. And I always try to, because my job is to make the turf like it's never been touched by an animal, right? No pee, no cat, no dog pee, no cat pee, no anything, right? I have yards where they have pigs running around, and not even kidding, like big old fat pigs run around and pee on their turf. My job is to make it as if it's never been touched by any dog pee. So when you get turf installed, it takes a few months for it to really start smelling bad. So if it took 3 months, I want it to last 3 months. If it took 6 months, my job is to make sure they don't call me back until like 6 months from now. That's just the way I do it.
Any advice out for people who have turf, how to take care of it so that, they're not needing to call you all the time, or that maybe they're calling you sometimes when they need it rather than constantly?
Pay attention to where your dogs go to the bathroom, okay? Because most people will take a garden hose or some pressure washer and wash the turf with water. They think it's going to drain. All you're doing is spreading the pee in other areas, and then in a week or two, it's going to smell like a really bad urinal, and that's when you have serious problems, right? If you don't know where your dogs pee, at nighttime, go out there with a UV light or a black light, and you will see where they pee.
Okay.
And kind of, you can mark it that night with a rock or something. The next day, go out there with some type of disinfectant and saturate that area and that area only. Okay. And that's how you can, that's how it'll keep you guys from calling us all the time to come out.
That makes sense.
Because it can get expensive,
Totally. Yeah, and I mean, is that something if I hire you to come clean my turf, do you have product I can buy from you?
Yes, I have a lot of it. We came out with our own lines of product. I have an iodine based, I have a peroxide based, I have the pre-spray. Some people don't want to use peroxide based. And I am not a fan of peroxide based products, especially for pets, because most people, when they spray it, there's products like OxyTurf out there that a lot of guys use, and when you get peroxide, that type of peroxide on your fingers, it's like eating your skin. Yeah. Imagine what it feels like on your kids or dogs when your turf's wet out there because they didn't rinse it off, or it's dry and your dog pees, it activates it, and now their dog's paws are like frying, right? And then they lick their paws, and then now they have intestinal or whatever gas issues and things like that. So I'm not a fan of peroxide. So if you use a peroxide-based product, block that area up so your dog can't go on it. Let the product work, and then you rinse it down with the hose. Try and get as much of it out of there. Or you have my iodine-based product, which your dogs can literally be right next to you while you're spraying it all over the yard. It's a good product. Very safe.
If someone has kids or dogs, they let you know that you have protocol to take care of it in a way that's going to be safe for them, essentially.
Absolutely. I tell. So when people can't afford turf cleaning, I tell them what to do. Basically how my competitors do it. Go to Home Depot, rent a power broom, get a leaf blower on there, and get this type of product. Spray your turf with it. This is a peroxide-based product. If you don't like that, you can buy my iodine-based or whatever. Or I have people that'll come to my house, and I have a 5-gallon bucket of product outside waiting for them. And then they'll just clean the yard. If they want the peroxide-based, then they'll spray it with that, and then sometimes they'll buy the iodine-based product, and then they'll spray it over the peroxide base afterwards, and then they're good.
Makes sense. All right, so I got some rapid fire questions for us to close it out a little bit. Best business book that you've read?
I learned, honestly, I didn't really read any books on business. I just talked to really successful business owners.
Best quote, podcast, whatever. Anything?
I don't listen to them, my friend.
No. Okay, cool. All good. So you have you.
I did read one book that I liked. It's called How to Make Shit Happen. It's like a 15-minute read. It's a cool book.
I like it. Cool. How to make shit happen?
Yeah.
There we go.
But honestly, all my knowledge is from because I was in the restaurant business too a long time ago. Because I had to work 2 jobs. I was a single dad.
Yeah.
So that's when I was in the web world. And so when I was a waiter at a restaurant, I mean, I was waiting tables on successful business owners all the time. So the owners were successful. They had successful friends that came in. I mean, all my knowledge I learned from them just by talking to them, asking crazy questions all the time. And they liked it because I was young and I was like eager,
That's awesome. What about apps and stuff like that? Do you have a favorite app you're using right now as far as like any AI stuff or marketing or time track?
I mean, everybody's using Chat GPT. I mean, like that's the thing.
Okay.
But there is a certain way how to use it correctly, which I figured out. I use CapCut. I got CapCut Pro. For my little side thing I do for my comic book stuff, I'll take comic book covers, and there's one I just downloaded called Dreamage or something like that, and it makes like a comic book cover like live action, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
I'll
cool.
do that.
I'll use cool.
It is cool. It's fun. I use what's that one called? Mid Journey for AI images. ChatGPT for images.
What's your favorite comic book?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Hulk, Wolverine.
Okay. Yeah.
Predator.
Yeah, I like Wolverine favorites. And Hulk also.
Yeah. And then as far as DC goes, obviously Superman. I'm more of a Marvel guy though.
Yeah.
I like the darker characters.
Yeah. Like, what about Deadpool?
Yeah. Deadpool, Punisher. I don't know. I can't think of any right now, but there's a whole bunch of them.
You have a nighttime or morning routine that helps you just keep all these businesses and everything you're doing.
Just wake up early, eat 4 or 5 eggs, hit the gym, come back, set the trucks up for the guys, and then when they leave, I work on leads.
Nice. You drink coffee?
No.
No caffeine?
No, it just makes me shake.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I didn't used to drink coffee. I only have it every once in a while after lunch if I got tired, but my wife loves coffee and she's been making a nice cup for me. I only drink half of it usually.
I like iced coffee drinks and like cold ones, but I don't like hot coffee drinks. The only other one I like is if I drink it like cappuccino on holidays or whatever, and I dip cookies in it. That's a bit of Italian cookies. Other than that, when I have like a plate full of food all day long, eating while I'm in between calls, or if I have to go out in the field, then I make my workers drive while I'm closing deals in the driver's seat or in the passenger seat. They get so mad at me because they like to listen to the radio and do everything. I'm like, shut that damn thing off. I'm on the call.
I hear you. Sometimes whenever I have a lot of work to do and I have some people to call, my wife will drive so I can work while we're on the road. Especially we go up to Sedona a lot. So that like first hour I have service on the drive up and I'll try to crank out a bunch of work. So she'll want to listen to a podcast sometimes. I'll be like, hey babe, not today. I got some calls to make.
No, that's how it is.
So we touched on it a little bit at the beginning of the podcast, but let's make sure we have it ultra clear here. If someone has turf in their yard, they've never had it professionally cleaned, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you and get set up?
Call or text 602-638 8777. Go to the website, dirtyturf.com. Just type in Dirty Turf on Instagram. I have tons and tons of educational videos on there. There's a lot of them, and I have really good content.
Nice.
So,
I can co-sign. He definitely has a lot of good content. It'll be educational and entertaining.
Yeah, some of those are funny, man.
Bro.
Well, I can't do the same boring shit over and over again.
Whenever you said about the comic books, I was like, I can kind of see that vibe coming in through some of your reels and stuff.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah.
So
I still think Hulk can beat up Superman. My wife disagrees.
Yeah, how long have y'all been debating this one?
Since the day we met.
You make any headway?
No.
How about her? She almost have you turn over?
What's that?
Has she convinced you maybe a little bit? Have you been questioning yourself at all?
No, I mean, no. Well, she loves Henry Cavill, right? That's her Superman, and she's really pissed off that they found a new Superman. By the way, she refuses to go see the movie when it comes out. I think it comes out in June or July. I'm gonna go see it, but because it's Henry Cavill, nobody can beat him. The other guy, Hulk can beat him instantly to her.
All right. Well, at least that's a win. You know, she'll go watch Superman with me now. All right.
But
so
yeah, I'm a total comic book nerd.
I love it. I want to see your own Dirty Turf comic book. Is it in the works?
You know what's funny? So my worker Mark, he's my stepson. His buddy can paint all that. So he was supposed to paint all that on one of my trailers. And me with the power broom and Mark with the leaf blower, but he was going to make us look like Dirty Turf comic book characters. And we just haven't gotten around to do it.
It'll happen. Everyone stay tuned for the Dirty Turf comic series coming at you.
I know I should.
Final words for the listeners. Some of our listeners are aspiring home service professionals or employees who want to start their own thing. And then some of our listeners are just local Phoenix. They, might have found our podcast because they listened to some other home service person that we interviewed, and we get notifications and we run some ads behind this, so finds the right people. Any words for the listeners?
Thanks you for listening. That's pretty awesome of you guys. And if you guys are wanting to, I don't care, start your own business. It doesn't matter what it is. Just love it and be obsessed with it and work your ass off, and you guys will make a lot of money.
You heard it from Steve DiFabio. Signing off. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, guys.